Oh look, it's Mr. says he doesn't need love, but secretly really wants someone to just ask him at the end of the day how his day was and tell him that she truly cares about him. Am I right or am I right?
Girl, I said I don't need love from toxic women, and I don't.
If I'm being really honest, the worst thing you could do as a man is let me handle something on my own. If I ask you for help and I hit you with never mind, you're cooked. I'm asking somebody else to come and help me.
Don't care. Anyway, about to go to the store. Y'all want anything?
I guess they're thinking that men actually care about that type of stuff. I think men are good. They don't want any more drama, no more foolishness. Go do it yourself.
If men is supposed to have a high body count and women are supposed to have a low body count, who is sleeping with the men?
Y'all gotta figure that one out yourself.
Why, fam? Why you do that? You gonna sit there and have us thinking you about to take up for guys and explain why we supposed to be hitting all of these women. But no, you want to pull a fast one, okay? I wonder what they did next. Why you wondering that? Get out. Yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. Oh. Hey.
So I'm 31, single for the first time in 11 years, and I'm living alone for the first time in my entire life. And if you would have told me a year ago that this is what my life would look like, I would have looked at you like you're crazy. Because 8 months ago, I got married. And 2 months ago, I filed for divorce. My ex and I were together for 10 years when we got married. And I think we kind of just did it because that's just what you do, right? I mean, our relationship wasn't perfect, but it wasn't necessarily broken, so why not? But something about making it official woke me up. I had been living on autopilot for so long, I don't think I even realized how unhappy I was. And when we finally called it quits, it felt like I was reborn. It wasn't that the relationship was bad, it just wasn't right. And when you were trying to fit a square peg into a round hole for so long, everything in your life just starts to feel hard. So now that I am on the other side of it, things are starting to feel so much easier.
So this may be one of the first times I went on a divorce video by a woman and the women in the comment section and the men are not fighting each other because they're all agreeing with each other. They're looking at her like it took you 10 years to figure out that you didn't want to be with this person and you went as far as to get married to that person and then get a divorce. When people say the divorce rates are high and they're initiated by women 70 to 80% of the time, and they're saying things like, you know, she went to college, it's 90% of the time, what women usually do is they frame it as, well, the men are terrible. I think this happens more than we'd like to admit, or not we, women would like to admit. I think a lot of y'all get into marriages and realize like it's not for you, and then you guys are initiating divorce. And then because you guys feel bad, you try to take some women's experiences of it being, you know, DV or, you know, actually bad from the other party, and you guys try to magnify it and make it seem like it's not your fault why divorces happen. And in some cases it is. This is a great example of divorce happening because of a woman. And I feel like it happens more often, but the men get blamed for it because we have this image of men being terrible all the time. But this is hilarious, though. I'm going to keep finding videos like this. I love it.
If a man wants to take me on a date moving forward, I now require a $100 refundable deposit.
Yeah, I'm gonna just be by myself. I'm gonna just rock out solo dolo, cause y'all tripping. And she put refundable in there like that was supposed to entice me to be like, okay, yeah, this is a good deal.
Why should a guy date you?
Well, I put them as my #1 priority, loyal, and I don't entertain any other guys. They have my full attention.
And you think a man values loyalty the most in his woman?
Yes, 100%.
Why would a man want that?
Because why does a man want a girl that talks to 50 million other guys?
So if we were dating and then you had a guy slide in your DMs and he said, hey, you're beautiful, how would you respond to him?
Wouldn't.
You wouldn't tell him, sorry, I have a boyfriend, nothing?
I wouldn't respond at all. I'd send it to my boyfriend and I wouldn't respond at all.
What gives you that mentality?
Because I want the same respect. So I'm going to respect them to have that same respect in return.
So you're a man, if a chick DM'd him, he should act the same way.
Yes, 100%.
What if your man was like a gynecologist and he worked around women all the time? Would you feel a type of way about that?
If he gave me a reason not to trust him, then yeah. But if he gave me every reason to trust him, then no.
What do the women that beat men look like?
They look like me. If you don't want me beating on you, don't come over here with all that. Get your ass over here. Be a man of your word and don't play with me. Come your ass over here and sit your ass the fuck down.
Don't appreciate boyfriend energy. Just want to have casual fun. People can only appreciate what they have the capacity to appreciate. People can only appreciate what they know. A dog ain't gonna appreciate a PlayStation 5. And when you do anything other than that, and you do anything and when you approach them any way other than that, it's repulsive to them, because now you're giving her a responsibility of a girlfriend, which means she got to treat you right. She got to be honest. She got to stay in the house. She got to appease your emotions. You got to worry about your money. People who live in the casual lifestyle, they don't want those responsibilities. And again, if that woman is of bad moral character, she's going to use and abuse you.
Men make more money. They think about their families and upgrading their lives. But when women make more money, they think that they don't need a man. Let me explain. When men make more money, they think about a bigger house, a better car. What are they bringing to the table to make the family dynamic better? You can't say that for women. How many of you have put your wives or your ex-wives through school and then she filed for divorce? You cannot convince me that men are not prioritizing their families way more than women ever do. You cannot convince me that men don't suffer in silence and put their struggles aside to build with their wives and for their families, while women will literally give up their families for their happiness. How many times do you see men put women through school, whether it's nursing school, whether it's to go to school to be a lawyer, hair school, whatever the woman's interest is, he is working more. He's putting in more effort. He's putting in more money. And as soon as she makes a little bit more money, she's filing for divorce. Make that make sense. Who's really out here prioritizing the family unit if it's not the men? Because it certainly is not the women. You see it even in today's dating world where women think that they make more money than men. So now men need to bring more, even though women can't even go 50-50. It is always the good men that prioritize their families that get dumped for some guy down the street that she likes just a little bit because their husbands are working too much. You cannot convince me that women will never prioritize their families in the same way that the men do. And you cannot convince me that men will always put their families first, even if they're struggling in silence. Okay, bye.
To all the stay-at-home moms, I feel like you're lying. Because of what I get to do for work, I can still stay home and pay all the bills. And my wife will have to go to work to make her money. And I have a 1-year-old daughter. So I'll stay at home and I'll take care of my daughter. And while I'm taking care of my 1-year-old daughter, I can give her 3 meals a day, change her on time, get her into her naps, play time, arts and crafts time, and still make sure the entire place is clean. And I can clean the whole apartment while watching her before 12 or 1 o'clock. And yes, I know an apartment is different than a home, but I have a 2,300 square foot apartment, so it's not tiny. But I do know that I can just be ignorant to a lot of people's situations. So can someone please tell me, when does being a stay-at-home mom become hard?
So it's not the easiest thing, but it's not the hardest thing either. The way how females come on the internet and they'll cry and they say, I can't do this. Like, I'm sitting on the couch. Sometimes I have time to do this. It's not that hard.
And of course, you got the women in the comments that are upset, mad, angry. Well, you ain't doing it like I'm doing it. Well, you ain't doing the things that I'm doing. You skipping steps. No, he's not skipping any steps. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. Taking care of her as he should be doing. Providing structure, discipline, routine, schedule, guidance, all of that. That's what the child needs. Now, I'm not trying to say that the things that you provide to the child aren't necessary. What I am trying to say is, y'all make it seem so hard in the way that y'all be crying, rolling all over the floor, hanging off the balcony. It's not that. There's a woman talking about going to do a photo shoot or something like that, and how much time and planning it went into it. Not really. You find somebody on one of these apps. There's plenty of apps where you have freelancers and independent contractors looking to be hired. They can tell you exactly where to shoot. They can tell you exactly what shots they can suggest to you. Hey, I suggest you wear this color clothing. Oh, what about the haircuts? You can get the haircut because you can basically book them whenever you need to within 2 or 3 days notice. You can probably find a professional and you can go get the haircuts, and whatever you need done can be done before you book that professional. All of that can be done. Take your photos. Oh, where do I get the photos printed? She's literally saying all this stuff. Where do I get the photos printed at? Google will help you with that. Don't worry about that. Any AI software will help you find somewhere to print your photos. It's not rocket science. And the way these modern women be freaking out is insane.
What's your type? Can you approach me?
Yeah,
Can
that's
you
so
approach me?
true.
I'll give you eye contact, but it's just like I gave you 3 seconds, maybe half a second, but like you should know that that's enough. Like that is the welcome in. Like that should be it. That's just like if I look at you and I look away and like you can't smile too. You have to like make sure you don't really smile too much, because then that's cringe. It's like you might as well be approaching them. If now you walk up to me, it's like okay, you passed the first test. If your ass stands there for another half an hour, ugh.
If your man is telling you you can't wear this or you can't go network with this or I don't want this photographer to shoot you or no, you're never going to make it. I'm just letting you know you're never going to make it with the machista man. So if you want to be an influencer, you want to be a model, you want to make money, good luck, because it's not going to happen, because eventually it's going to cause problems. And then the emotional damage that comes along with wanting to have this artist lifestyle, but your man is not letting you, that sucks. It does. Like, so I understand why.
So basically, my husband or my man is forcing me to be accountable for my actions. I can't just walk out here and ignore what was said. Well, I would have to in that situation. I would have to ignore it. I can't act like nobody said anything, but because he did. In every single point, he said, this is going to happen. Watch out for this. I would like it if you didn't do this. And now I feel upset. Why did he bring that to my attention? Why did he make me feel the feelings of responsibility? How dare him?
Can I be honest for a second? I kind of want to get this off my chest. Have you ever been asked the question, would you rather be a superhero or a villain? I think everything that I've been experiencing these past couple days, along with since I started content creation, is making me side with the villains. People are really showing their true colors of who they really are behind the screen. These people have a strong hatred towards me, and I'm not talking about me directly, but me, if you get what I'm saying. Lump that in with all the adversity I've experienced in my life, especially with my skin color, yeah, I don't think a symbol of peace is coming out of that lab. It's crazy because my answer wasn't always like this. It just now shifted to being the villain. I think one of my biggest things is when you hate me, I have no choice but to hate you back. I think that stems from my philosophy of fairness. I no longer believe that this world needs saving. It definitely needs correcting. I mean, let me put it into perspective for you. Imagine having to deal with every other race hating you and having to deal with a corrupted system that's meant to control everybody but make it worse specifically for you. I mean, who would you become if you were given a gift that could possibly change everything? Try to make peace, they slap your hand away. You try to build things, they tear it down. Not to mention the people that look like you hate you too. People create false narratives of you, and when you try to tell the truth, they suppress it. You gotta be strong, either one you choose. Whether that's to endure all of that and continue to want to help people, or to say no and take that whip that they striking you with and strike back. Some people aren't villains at heart, they just tired people that's been through a lot.
Going because I didn't think you wanted me to anymore.
You did it for me?
Yeah.
I don't want you to do it for me. I want you to do it because you wanted to do it, not because I wanted you to do it. I don't want you to do something because I want you to. I want you to do that because you want to.
What? What'd you even just say?
I want you to do it because you want to do it. It's something that you no longer want to do, not something that I feel I want you to not do anymore. I don't want you to be like, oh, this is we do it, so I'm not going to do it anymore. I want you to not want to do it because you don't want to do it. You know what I mean?
I don't understand a word you're saying. I don't understand. You learn that language in those trailers that they put around the schools, right? When they would whisk the females away to go learn how to talk like women. It wasn't just... And I'm just supposed to decipher that? It was alien language? It was history class, and you know it wasn't just girls out there. I want you to do something because I want you want to do it, not because I want you to do it. I want you to do it because of you, for you. I don't know what I want when I want it. When it you know, like, babe, I want you to do it.
If a woman does any of these things, you should absolutely never take her seriously. If she ever flakes on you on a date, doesn't reschedule, and has no apparent reason as to why, or it's not genuine, never take her seriously. If a woman loves attention from men, be it her IG pictures, be it the way she presents herself in person, never take her seriously. After the third date, if a woman never offers to pay, doesn't mean she has to, but she doesn't even offer, never take her seriously. If you've been seeing a woman for over 3 months and she's provided no value to your life, she's helped you in no sort of way, all she does is show up to the date, look pretty, then go home, never take her seriously. If she says that you have to put a ring on her in order to get any sort of nice treatment, for example, cooking, then never take her seriously. If you go to her IG following list and she follows a lot of guys and those guys do not look like you, and on top of that, they do not follow her back, never take her seriously. If a woman tells you she is celibate, that means she is taking a break. Never take her seriously. If she always shows up and makes herself available, but she never initiates any sort of contact or texts you ever, never take her seriously. If she is a reformed Christian and super serious about Jesus, out of nowhere, even though in her past she was a literal stripper, never take her seriously.
A man's heartbreak, you can't even fathom the heartbreak of a man when he loves a woman and she breaks his heart. Because we can't turn our love on and off like a woman. Most men never recover. They don't recover. But women do. Woman, she don't love like that. Her love is different. She loves like water. It evaporates over time.
And I remember this video because I think he had his wife and his daughters actually arguing, trying to argue him down about it was something that he was clearly right about. I think on this topic of love and men don't love right or something like that. I can't remember, but he essentially had them trying to argue him down. And he, relatively calmly, like he is now, had to explain it to him over and over again because they thought that can't nobody love and maneuver in this world like a woman.
Submission doesn't mean silence. They twisted the word because they never saw it done right. Submission doesn't mean losing your voice. It means using it with wisdom. It means being so secure in your power, you don't need to fight to prove it. You lead when it's time. You support when it matters. You move like a woman who knows exactly who she married and exactly who she is. And that's why.
There's one thing I learned in life. What's that? A man got to know who to date and who not to date. And what I mean by that is, if there's a woman, y'all listen very carefully. There's a woman that can bring violence out you, will make you change who you are as a man. Run from that woman.
How is it fair that women have the choice to leave their marriages, some of them even cheat, and now the ex-husband has to pay her way and essentially maintain 2 households because of her choice? How, though, is that fair? And how, though, is it in the best interest of the children for a dad to try to maintain 2 households and he's so strapped for money because mom's household is the priority? Like, there's no freaking way that this is fair. Why the hell, after a divorce, is mom so prioritized and the dads are consistently on, even though their household is equally as important? Make that make sense. These fathers are never considered in the same capacity for their standard of living as the mothers. And women will always claim it's about the children, they need more, and they claim to need all this freaking money, but the reality is that these women are expecting these men to give them an income. It's called support for a reason. But not only that, is she actually has the audacity when she gets that child support number and it's $130 to actually say, what about my rent? Like, he is not responsible for your rent. If your ex is responsible for maintaining his own household, his own bills, his own utilities, then you are expected to give 50% of your portion as well. It's not rocket science. It's a hell of an incentive to leave your family and disrupt your family and have a broken home, knowing damn well that your ex-husband is responsible now for your standard of care. The fucked up part about it is that if these men decide to get a better paying job or get a promotion, these women actually have the audacity to take them back to court to modify their agreement. What's actually hilarious is how many women will get so bent out of shape when he asks to provide proof of where the money is going, because we all know damn well she doesn't need as much money as she claims. And the reality is that these men really only have two options. They can drown themselves in debt to fight a situation that's up against them to begin with, or they can forfeit and be considered a deadbeat. Okay, bye.
What do you bring to the table?
I'm not going to answer this question. This is just something that I wouldn't answer in a date. I'm not going to answer here.
Fine.
I'm not going to answer how many books I've read.
Okay, what do you expect men to bring to the table?
Integrity, clarity, consistency, strong connection to divinity, not necessarily religion, but some kind of purpose-based lifestyle, emotional availability, emotional maturity.
So what is the female
intelligence.
equivalent of that?
The same.
Then why wouldn't you just say that at the table when he asks you?
I'm not going to answer that. It's code for I don't have an answer. I don't bring anything to the table. I wasn't planning on it. You know, I was hoping that you were going to see my value just based on me sitting here, just based on me batting my eyes. I put my makeup on today. I looked in the mirror. I checked my outfit of the day 2 or 3 times before I walked up out of here. I sent 4 or 5 text messages to my girlies. They said I was looking fire. That's my value. I don't bring anything else. Modern women think that they can just be pretty, walk into a relationship, and getting a modern woman, especially these pretty ones, is literally like you. Some of y'all got kids, and you know, well, at least for me, my parents would tell me to go clean up, and I would go up there. Well, we would go up there. And instead of cleaning up like we should have, it really wouldn't have taken us but 10 minutes to clean up. And if we would have kept it clean, it wouldn't have been no problem. But we was kids and we didn't think like that. We would go up there and throw a sheet over it. We'd pick up a couple of things here and there, the obvious things. And then we'd throw a sheet over it. And then we'd be like, all right, we cleaned up. And then my mom or my dad would walk up there and, you know, kind of sit around, look around for like maybe a second or two, like maybe 5 or 10 seconds, and then go right over to the sheet, pull the sheet off, now clean up. I think we might have even gotten a spanking for acting stupid. Just clean up, man. This is what modern women are doing today. This is exactly how they are. You tell them, hey, you need to clean up your lifestyle. You need to actually do something. You need to actually contribute. You need to actually produce. No, I'm going to make it look like I'm clean. I'm going to make it look like I'm pretty. I'm going to make it look like I'm the best thing in the world. And you're going to have to take that at face value. And real men walk into the situation, look around for maybe 5 to 10 seconds, and pull that cover off. Oh, so your life is in shambles. Your baby daddy is chaotic. He's psychotic. He didn't been to jail. Now he's looking for me, trying to take me out. You chaotic yourself. You got a bad attitude. You stay unemployed. You wasn't making any money when you was employed. Your kid is bad. He or she don't listen to me. They don't listen to you. They don't listen to their grandparents. They don't listen to nobody. There's nothing about you that's great. So again, I ask you, what do you bring to the table? And you're going to have to let me know. I'm not taking what you say at face value anymore and signing away my money, my resources, and whatever I have.
If I got to take a woman out to eat, if I got to flourish her and she give me some, you know what that's called? Whether it's intentionally or unintentionally?
Tricking if you
It's a price. I paid the Whether you want to admit it or not, I paid the you. If I can talk to you, I didn't pay the you. But if I got to wine and dine you, I paid the you. So that's why most tricks out here rather just give you some money and just get over all that shit. That's why most become tricks. I'd rather not deal with the problems, you heard me? What I'm dealing with the problems for? Here, take this money, give me some, let me get the phone, you heard me?
That's your end goal, yes.
That's all about end goals. What the fuck?
God,
that is our end goal.
Some niggas do want to get to know.
If I want to get to know you, we're going to play it a different game, and you're not going to trip on me getting you if you really want to get to know me. Because I'm going to feel okay if I don't feel and I like you that much, I'm not tripping on you. I don't like you that much.
Right.
And I need to be able to have an orgy with everybody after I'm done paying. You kidding me? This gotta be the first Olympic. How you expect me to pay for all your friends? Just understand this. I need buns from everybody. I'm here to collect. I'm here to collect. If you need me to cover the entire check, I'm here to collect. I need neck too. I need more than buns. I need buns and I need top. I need it all. I need it all. Any woman that thinks you should pay for her friends, that means she should allow her friends to top you off. Not just, no. Happy ending for everybody. For every single one. I'm telling you, man. Women that think like this, there has to be some type of mental illness that allows them to justify this type of thought process. Girl, you rich. How you need me to take care of your friends? You hanging around peons? What's going on? They poor too? What's going on? How you rich but your friends are poor? What's going on? It's not adding up. It's not adding up. This is why, gentlemen, I'm telling you, regardless of a woman's status, wealth, it doesn't matter. If this is her mentality, she's a waste. There's nothing you can do with this. Throw her to the side. I thought better of you, Sunni. There's no way. I really thought better. But a lot of times you'll be so, I won't even say you'll be surprised, man. Nowadays, you got to just anticipate that the average woman, this is her thought process. Regardless of how she looks, her success, she more than likely thinks that you're supposed to provide for everybody. But it's okay, though, gentlemen, because we're prepared to let her know we need the neck from everybody. I need buns, cheeks, everybody. Get in line. Single file. Gentlemen, it's Trust Fund Baddies only. And if any woman tries to play with you, let her know you want to play with her friends next.
I'm going to get canceled for this, but I don't give a f. People's past traumas are going to manifest and f your relationship up massively. You got to curve these people who got f***ing issues like that. Unless that's really solved, even then, there's associations there where I think it's totally fine, whether you're a man or a woman.
Yeah.
If somebody's dealt with some bullshit in their past, you can be a discerning individual, whether you're a man or a woman, and say, I'm not going to deal with this person. Like, I think it's perfectly acceptable as a criteria for who you're going to date. I don't want to deal with somebody who's all f***ed up.
For sure. But then also
I'm sorry if that makes me a bad person.
No, you're not. You could also see the beauty in it, because sometimes some struggles God uses you as, you're like, for me, I look at it like God used me as a sacrifice so that I could speak out to girls, and which I have. So maybe one day I can talk to a girl and be like, dang, I went through what you went through, but I'm a lawyer now. You can get through it. You know
can give people grace and also not want to date them. You can be like, okay, you had like a f***ed up childhood. I'm really sorry. That's awful what happened to you.
It's a beautiful thing, actually.
No, I don't think it's a beautiful thing.
It is, because it made me a very, very, very smart and strong woman, like at this age. And I'm about to be a lawyer. And yeah, I do a little work on the side. Yes, I hustled and did that.
Do you trust your man around other women?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you trust other women around your man?
No. No.
If women don't even trust other women, why would they expect a man to trust women?
Of divorces are initiated by women. Let's sit with that for a second. If 70% of employees walked out at a company, would you blame the workers? Or would you ask, what's going on with leadership? Women aren't leaving marriages for fun. That's not fun. They're leaving because they're exhausted, disappointed, and done being lied to.
All right, so I don't mean to dismiss any woman that has gone through a divorce and actually dealt with somebody who was not the ideal spouse, but can we acknowledge that it's possible that 70 to 80% that's initiating divorce, they're initiating it because marriage is hard. There's a time in history, I want to say 1968 and before, where it wasn't as easy to get a divorce. So maybe you get into that marriage. The wedding was awesome. You spent $100,000 plus on the wedding, but the actual marriage sucked. And let's not just say, oh, it probably sucked because of the man.
maybe you get into marriage and you realize marriage is not for you. If you don't believe that that's happening, go watch the video before. It happens more often than you think. I just think that the women that are doing it, they know the stigma behind divorce. And when they give that reason of marriage is not for me, they know they're going to get criticism. That 70 to 80%, I can't say what percent of that is like the women that don't want to be in a marriage because it sucks in their opinion. Like they got into it and they said, this is not for me. But I think it's higher than the women in society want us to believe. They want you to believe that every time they get into a marriage, they are the victim of a bad marriage because of men. But sometimes marriage just isn't for you.
Want to bring up, and to me, I feel like this is something not to point fingers or to blame, because I feel like when you divide, obviously that's when you conquer, right? But a big part of the people that I know was not going for Kamala, let's just talk about that whole situation. It wasn't us. It wasn't the black women that wasn't going out and voting. Honestly, I spoke to a lot of black men, and they were not going out to vote.
Statistics tell us that most black men that voted did vote for Kamala.
Exactly. Well, I'm talking about people like now on radio, I have a lot of people that call in, and they made it very, very clear that they were never going to vote for Kamala ever, is what they said. They said they'd take anyone over her.
So I will say this. So having experienced this myself, I can speak from a place of both power and information. Okay. Sexism is absolutely real in every community. Racism is absolutely real. But let's look at the data. And what the data says is that black men support black women. Black women support black women the most. But the next highest support system, black men. Now, a lot of folks who call in to tell you what they are going to do weren't planning to do anything anyway.
They didn't vote at all.
And so we need to remember that disinformation often comes by planting people in our communities to fracture our belief systems. Black men voted for me at the same rate they voted for Raphael Warnock. But if you heard the...
I want to bring up, and to me, I feel like this is something not to point fingers or to blame, because I feel like when you divide, obviously that's when you conquer, right? But a big part of the people that I know was not going for Kamala, let's just talk about that whole situation. It wasn't us. It wasn't the black women that wasn't going out and voting. Honestly, I spoke to a lot of black men, and they were not going out to vote.
Statistics tell us that most black men that voted did vote for Kamala.
Exactly. Well, I'm talking about people like now on radio, I have a lot of people that call in, and they made it very, very clear that they were never going to vote for Kamala ever, is what they said. They said they'd take anyone over her.
So I will say this. So having experienced this myself, I can speak from a place of both power and information. Okay.
I mean, how about you just stop talking? Full stop. The next thing that should have come out your mouth, oh, wow, I didn't know that. I mean, the more you know, I mean, put my foot in my mouth should have been the next thing. I think black men voted for Kamala Harris at a high rate. At a high rate. Thank you, Miss Abrams, for saying, well, you know, we can have this and we can have that and all that stuff. I do want to acknowledge that. Fair. But let's look at the data. Let's look at the data. You get too caught up in I feel. And it's crazy because I don't know if this is an ongoing show or some sort of table talk or something to where it's a one-time thing. But listen to black women. I mean, my God, is this all we have time to do? Listen to black women. So a micro niche of listen to all women or believe all women. What are we doing? What are we doing? Modern women act like ain't nobody listening to them. Well, maybe not. Because first of all, you sitting up there lying. Well, this happened to me. Me too. That happened to me. Me too. Come out lying. Oh, well, y'all just do it to women. No. When Jesse Smollett did all that other nonsense, people were like, bro, what are you doing? Stop doing that. He got caught relatively quickly. I'd say he got caught doing stupid stuff faster than some of y'all's allegations. A lot of people drag their feet on your allegations and it doesn't get found out or the truth doesn't come out until years later. And y'all waltz around here getting sympathy, sometimes getting money. Oh, I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry what happened to you for years. And years, you know you didn't lie. And you just keep the lie going. The man's life is ruined. His potential at his job, with family, with other women, because they didn't heard the news about him, ruined. Y'all acting silly. And even if he does find a woman, oh, why would you even be with him? Why would you marry? Girl, I would get out of there right now. Well, he hadn't really done anything to me, like, ever. Not yet. He will. It's been 10 years. When do you think that he's going to start? Girl, I've heard of a friend 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 that had something happen to her. I don't even remember exactly, because you're lying. It never happened. So not only does a man have to go through something, then the woman that's with him has to go through. Well, I still don't know. I wouldn't take my chance, because you believe everything that you see and you believe everything that you hear, and you don't go and do your own research, which is why you're having a problem in dating right now, which is why you're having a problem in all the other areas of your life right now, because you suck at vetting and finding true information. You suck at it. No, I'm not saying that from time to time, especially with AI and the way it's going crazy, that you don't look at something and you be like, man, is that real or not? As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for the watermark, I might not have even known. But y'all get too carried about and twisted and turned by even the smallest rumor. You don't even go check it out. You just take it at face value. And this is what this is right here. Well, black men don't support us. That's not even what statistics show. Black men ain't marrying black women. That's literally statistically false. Literally false. What are you talking about? And modern women believe this way. We're talking about black women now, but modern women in general believe like this. Oh, well, there's no more good men out there. What? All of the men are dangerous. Literally statistically false at a 95% clip. Literally false. And we're not talking about some survey somewhere that somebody conducted in the backwoods of Montana. No disrespect. We're talking about FBI statistics, crime statistics that talk about 96 to 98% of men will never commit SA on a woman. Look it up. 92 to 95% of men will never harm a woman. Look it up. Well, we're in danger, so it's only right that you pay. So you're telling me you'll risk your life for a $200 steak dinner? Do you know and do you hear how stupid you sound? Oh, yeah, it's really dangerous out here, but I'm willing to risk it for a nice porterhouse. Go ahead and give me all of the sides that I want. How much was the bill? $500? Oh, yeah, that's worth the risk. Shut your stupid behind up.
How do you do it? My husband wants a divorce. Actually, no, he said that he wants a dissolution. I just quit my full-time job to take a part-time job at the school. That way I can get myself through school to get my RN degree. Now he wants to separate, and I have no idea how I'm going to do it. One, I am so sad for our daughter. She's always had mommy and daddy there, and it breaks my heart that she has to go through this. But also, like, how the fuck am I going to afford to live? How am I going to be able to provide for myself and her? I think I'm just still in shock right now. Like, is this really happening? Yeah, it is. I don't know. If you guys have any advice, just let me know.
This is a perfect example of how women will always think about themselves when it comes to a breakup or a disillusion or a divorce. Because why is it as a society we've normalized just breaking up? Imagine if these same women put in the same amount of energy into fixing a relationship as they do in planning their exit. We'd have a lot less divorces, I'll tell you that much. But even more so, everything in this video screams me, 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 and nothing about possibly saving the relationship. And then, of course, the women will get on the internet and claim that it's in the best interest of their children, even though they're thinking about themselves. But the reality is that household is never going to be the same. There is no amount of money, of alimony, or child support that is going to make your children secure by not having both parents together. And so many women have done this so freely because it's so celebrated and so normalized to just be a singular co-parent, rather than what it looks like to make up, break up, and fix a broken home, rather than just finding a new one. And all that's really gonna happen is she's gonna find some simp-ass loser that wants to put up with her kids and basically take care of her and do the bare minimum as a stepdad, because basically he's easier to manipulate because her ex-husband no longer wants to put up with it. Okay, bye.
Like, I'm confused. Y'all love to call men sassy. Y'all love to call men gay and this and that. This gives very much lesbian behavior to me. Women do not respect women. And this is something I've realized in my lifespan of having interpersonal relationships, and more so even just working with so many women throughout my career. For those of you who are new here, I am a certified life coach. I specialize in love and relationships, self-development, and finances, and I have been doing so for a decade. Y'all remember when Nipsey Hussle died or whatever, right? And Lauren London, I think to this day, Lauren London is just like, that's my baby. That's the man that changed it all for me. That's the man that really gave me a good scope on relationships. That's who was just going to be till the day I die, right? And I think there was I forgot who it was it Kodak Black maybe? I don't remember who it was, but there was some entertainer who had tried to make some type of advances towards Lauren London on social media. I don't remember how it went, but y'all know, because y'all keep up with this stuff way more than I do. And there was a plethora of male entertainers that came out talking about leave her alone, Nipsey this and respect Nipsey that and so on and so forth, right? Do you know why they stood up for Lauren London? It was not predominantly because of Lauren. It was because of Nipsey, because they respected Nipsey. Men respect men, but women do not respect women as a whole. That's why you'll see that men are less likely to be side dudes as opposed to women who are more likely to be side chicks. These are statistically proven. I made a video about it. I'm not arguing with you. This is why men can go on their boys trip and come back all friends. And then when some women go on these girls trips, they come back beefing, hating each other. And sometimes, unfortunately, someone doesn't come back at all. I talk a lot about romantic relationships on this page, right? And that's because that's what my expertise is in. That's what y'all want to hear. But honestly, if you do not know how to have a good relationship with a woman, with the person that you're more than likely going to have a relationship with or multiple relationships with, you're unlikely to have a good relationship with a man, romantic relationship that is. At one point when the women were getting the BBLs and their bodies done and all this type of stuff, I would say it was for a man. Now y'all are doing it to compete with the other woman because you want to look better for the other woman. I'm confused. Y'all love to call men sassy. Y'all love to call men gay and this and that. This gives very much lesbian behavior to me. Y'all doing everything in competition with another woman. Y'all changing yourselves in competition with another woman. You only want to have aesthetically pleasing female friends. Let's be for real. Let's work on having better relationships with ourselves and better relationships with the people around us. And again, women are going to gravitate towards women. So focusing on having those more impactful, meaningful, genuine relationships with other females. Let's start there. Stay safe.
Women give men a million reasons to look elsewhere with their attitudes. So women got it twisted because women think that since they're beautiful and they have a vagina, that they're the goddess of the universe and that men should just be happy to be with them. But that what you don't understand is vagina come a dime a dozen nowadays. It's free because women are so emotional. It don't matter what you did. All the way up until the moment she's mad. When she mad, it don't matter what you did. She'll destroy everything because she didn't get her way in these 5 minutes. This is what women do in relationships. And then they say, happy wife, happy life. That's narcissism to the 1000th degree. But women don't think they're narcissists.
Listen, a woman cannot blame a man for her inability to be soft. If a woman struggles to be soft-spoken, loving, and affectionate towards a man, there's something within her that's wrong. A man can't make you be mean, and you shouldn't be where you can't be nice at. Just like a man can't make you show up in your feminine.
Waitresses, they said that y'all don't wait, y'all just bust it open. Okay, let's get into it. Now, y'all left a lot of comments on the ladies that you shouldn't date list. Y'all told me to add on some people because I forgot some people. So this is in no particular order, okay? These are just the ones that I saw in the comment section several times. So I'm just adding them to the list. COs. They say the COs in prison is hoes. You COs is warehouse workers. Specifically night shift. If you work the night shift at a warehouse, then you be giving up to your coworkers. That's just what they said. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying what they said. Realtors, real estate agents. I think that might be a little self-explanatory. Yeah. Amazon workers. If you drive the truck, if you work for Amazon, period, they say that you probably are not a good person to date. Oh, active duty military. Thanks for your service, but they say that y'all be serving it up for real. Let's see who else. Therapists, because they can manipulate you very, very well. Party planners. I didn't really understand that, but I saw that a couple times in the comment section. If y'all want to elaborate, y'all can in the comment section here. Waitresses, they said that y'all don't wait, y'all just bust it open. Let's see who else. Masseuse, trainers and masseuse. Y'all were like neck and neck. I think that's for kind of like obvious reasons. Bank tellers, they say that y'all know with money. Y'all can see the money firsthand, so y'all probably will go. Bartenders. They couldn't believe that I left bartenders off the list with the bottle girls and the strippers. So bartenders, we have to add you guys to the list. Let's see who else. Church girls. Yeah, they said y'all some of the biggest hoes. And content creators. So if you made the list, I need you to do this emoji in the comment section so we know that you're here and that you know.
I don't believe in speaking of my relationships to women or asking for their advice because I feel like they're naturally jealous spirits. Yep. And for a long time, I thought I was the only one that went through this, but I realized that it must just be innate. I seen a video where a woman was using her boyfriend as a sled. I was flabbergasted to find out that people are not like me. People do not have genuine support and love in their hearts from someone sharing a poor memory of their romantic relationship. Like, this is what you see. This is what you see. This is what people are saying. You pay out your relationship, and they're going to say like this. I probably could keep going. If there's any more screenshots, I'll edit them in. But yeah, like guys, I'm telling you, when you have a healthy relationship, keep the...
Dude, I seen a video of a woman where she tagged her man in it and all those girls started DMing her man. Women are disgusting. That's why I always say they'll sit there and talk all this crap about men being nasty and perverts and this and that. Just because you can't pick a good man doesn't mean you go and try to take a woman's man. And I just want to let a lot of you airheads know this just so that, it clicks in that little rat brain of yours. Just because a man treats a woman like gold and royalty doesn't mean that man's going to do the same thing with you. Everybody's aura and spirit is different. Some women exude so much great energy that makes the man want to provide, take care of her, and love. Clearly, you don't have that because if you did, you'd have a partner. There's nothing wrong with being single because obviously I was single, but being bitter and single is a different story.
I have to agree with you. I have to agree with both of y'all. These modern women have shown themselves to be absolute problems. What was that? I think Cassidy was the problem or something like that. And then Ellen Iverson was the answer. These women are absolute problems and not in a good way. They show it on a consistent basis, on an everyday basis. What else would you expect? They start DMing your man because they can't find a good man. That's what I'm saying. They're lazy. This is why they keep on getting, fantastic video. The more I think about it, fantastic video. This is what Kevin Samuels was talking about. They stand at the finish line and pick the winners. The woman done all of the work. And then they stand at the finish line. The man then got married, and now they going after the man. The man is already in a relationship, and now they going after the man. They're at the finish line. The woman done all the work. They done run the race. She done done the courting and the luring, and I wear this for him, and I got him a gift for this, and his birthday, and we finally made it official after a couple of months or however long. Hopefully not too long, but we finally made it official. Yada yada yada. And then you got to worry about women doing weird stuff like this. My God.